morning, good noon, good evening, whatever time and place you listen to us from, straight from the 909. It's Mark.
One time.
It's Ali.
Peace.
Myself, Nesquik. Together,
That's hip hop.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It really does mean a lot. Today, we're talking about one of the most innovative and influential hip hop groups of all time.
Man.
Comprising of Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and Pras. The group redefined the boundaries of hip-hop by seamlessly blending rap, soul, reggae, and socially conscious lyrics. Emerging in the mid-1990s, a time when gangsta rap dominated the charts, the Fugees brought a refreshing blend of musicality, intellect, and cultural depth that no other music group brought to the genre. We're talking about their sophomore album, The Score. It became a landmark record, not just for its commercial success, but for its artistry. It was released February 13th, 1996 on Columbia Records. The album features a wide range of samples and instrumentations and many aspects of alternative hip-hop that would come to dominate later in the hip-hop music scene. Primarily, the Score's production was handled by the Fugees themselves, and there was Warren River and Jerry Duplessis, and additional production from Salem Remy, legendary, John Forte, Diamond D, Sean King. So you could tell, like, this is
who's who,
of production. The album's guest verses are from outside of members like Raw Digga.
Yep.
Wow, that was pretty cool when her and Lauryn Hill went back to back. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Man.
Young Z, Pacewan, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, as well as John Forte and Diamond D themselves. Most versions of the album feature bonus tracks, including 3 remixes of Fuji La and a short acoustic by Wyclef as a solo track titled Mista Mista. Upon its release, The Score was a commercial success, peaking atop of the U.S. Billboard 200, which is no easy feat.
Not for a hip-hop album at that time.
Not back then.
It also topped the top R&B hip-hop albums charts for 8 weeks, becoming the longest-running number one for hip-hop for a hip-hop group, and topped the 1996 year-end chart. The singles are Killing Me Softly, Fuji La, Ready or Not. They also achieved notable chart success, leading the album to become the 3rd best-selling album of 1996 in the U.S. and helping the group achieve worldwide recognition. It received nomination for Album of the Year at the 39th Grammy Awards, becoming the 2nd rap album to receive a nomination in the category and the first from a hip-hop group, and won a Grammy for Best Rap Album, along with Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal for Killing Me Softly. The length of this album is 60 minutes and 52 seconds. This was an album that Ali spearheaded and wanted us to cover today. We were talking about it before the show. This is a very special one because we're talking about somebody in Lauryn Hill who, as Mark mentioned, we just haven't found another Lauryn Hill
right.
You know, what did what she did. We haven't really found that next one.
And we only, the timeline wise and the amount of work she's actually put in from this point, we haven't seen the full capacity of what Lauryn Hill could have brought
at all.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think I'm alone in this, but I think she would tell you that too.
One of the biggest what-ifs in the history of hip-hop.
Yeah.
And we're talking about living what-ifs. Like, this isn't somebody that dropped 2 albums and, you know, sadly passed or nothing. Like, she lived a full life. She's still alive, all of that. And we just didn't get what we could have got, what we feel like we could have got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this group is very special. I mean, for a lot of different reasons. I think, you know, the style and approach that mixing soul and reggae along with hip hop, that alone is something special that you can, you know, not every group had, you know, so it wasn't just this hip hop sound. It was, you know, the soulfulness of Wyclef, you know, and being able to just kind of bring you this Haitian sound.
The Caribbean
hip hop.
Yeah, that was pretty dope, dude. And then, you know, discovering Pras, you have to give props to Pras for discovering Lauryn Hill and, you know, talking, you know, her mom into letting them take Lauryn Hill and start making music, props to
absolutely
that, because otherwise we wouldn't have got that without props.
The song Informer from Snow
now
now fully plays into the fact that Praz was an informant.
I always like to bring that one up.
See, Snow was on the right track. Snow was on the right track. He's like, there's going to be an informer somewhere.
And it's interesting with the story, because as we were mentioning, this is Lauryn Hill after her Miseducation album. We didn't get anything else after that. I think maybe a live.
She did the Unplugged album.
Yep,
she did Unplugged.
Reunited with the Fugees on Dave Chappelle's Block Party.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a few appearances here and there, but no album per se. After her album,
The Miseducation note.
But I did see one of our friends who posted something in regards to Lauryn Hill, which I kind of wanted to bring this up to you guys as well, and I think you might have seen it, Ali, because OJ I think brought it up. He was saying that how do you really top that as an album, like the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill? How do you go from there? If that's like the peak of some albums list that as number one as far as all time albums.
That was on the Apple Music, the Apple Music top 100 albums of all time.
Right.
Miseducation, Lauryn Hill was number one.
Yeah. How do you really go from there? That was what the question that OJ was bringing up. Maybe
shout out OJ.
Yeah, maybe that was shout out to OJ. Maybe that was smart for her to do.
I mean, the thing is like it's one of those things where an album like that can do one of two things to you. Either you can become a prisoner of it.
Yep.
It could drive you crazy, or it can spark your ambition to try to top it. I would say the best example of that was Michael Jackson with Thriller.
Yeah.
How the hell do you top Thriller?
After that.
Well, he damn sure tried. With Bad. That's probably the closest thing you're going to get to that.
Off the Wall was already great.
Yes.
But there was still more you could do.
Yes.
So that was like so when you go to Thriller and you're doing the most crazy production music video ever, how do you
top the highest selling album ever?
Yeah, and let's even go back to that analogy I use all the time, but his peaks, people wish that they had his middle point of those peaks.
Right.
Like, and in terms with Lauryn Hill, what she brought to the table, it's like like Costanza, he just left out on top and didn't, just bounced, on that Seinfeld episode.
He had a family.
After this, a lot of artists, I think Kanye also mentioned on one of his tracks, it's like, I wish Lauryn Hill stayed to it. A few other people mentioned Lauryn Hill.
Talib Kweli.
Eminem, mentioned Lauryn Hill in some of his early tracks, like, because she just had that much of an impact when she came out. I remember seeing Killing Me Softly back in the day on MTV, and it was in black and white. Lauryn Hill looked fly as fuck, dude. Just cool.
Yeah.
She was in the movie theater. She had a nice smile. She was just fly, man. She just kind of had it all. She had it all in spades.
Yeah.
She could sing and seamlessly go from singing to rapping, which is just nobody can do that.
My analogy, I always say, she sang like an angel and rapped like a demon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she spit
kill the mic. She could
vicious.
Yeah, she can murder it.
Everyone's hoping and praying MC Light never sang.
Right. You know what I mean? Seriously though.
Because it's like that's the one thing when I used to like be this, I don't know why, but I just had a point to prove back in high school about just being the forefront of just making sure that like people would herald Lauryn Hill as the best female MC. And I'm like, yo, MC Light's been here. And she's been putting in work. And I don't want to do that in front of this Fugees album.
Right.
But it's just one of those points where it's like, man, like that's how much of an impact Lauryn Hill made, is that there's people that actually had to go defend other people at this point.
Yeah.
Another one, people like Ladybug Mecca, people like her, Queen Latifah.
Missy.
Or you talk about Salt and Pepper.
Eve.
Yeah.
There's plenty of nice female MCs.
Lil' Kim, then you start going in that realm,
And I know you was going to, kick it to me normally when, as far as asking why I picked the album, but we kind of,
I know, we got so excited.
Damn it! This isn't fair.
No, but why? But it's a perfect segue because that is literally the reason I chose this album, is because we hadn't covered a female at all.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We
all.
hadn't.
Up to this point. I mean, we talked about Diggable Planets, but it's still different because we're giving Lauryn Hill a lot of shine.
Yes,
here.
yes.
Because she is the star.
Okay. So so this is the first since I've been here.
Yeah.
It's definitely the first female rapper we've covered.
Yeah.
And I figured, while I want to do other, women down the line, I figured this is like an easy transition into that.
Yeah.
Because the highlight and the star is the woman in the group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you still got Prize, you still got Wyclef. So
yeah. Whereas Diggable Planets, I mean, Ladybug Micah's dope, but she wasn't totally the star, like really evident.
No, and it's more, and she was more singing too.
Yes.
But like the times that she actually like popped off on a verse was cool like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas
So
this
it's
one is
still
like
different.
Lauryn is legit
the
star of the group, and they knew, like, it wasn't like a hard
They
thing to
knew
figure
it.
out. They knew.
They knew it.
She was in the front. The woman was in the front. She was the
Wyclef
star.
literally says it too in one of his verses.
Zealots.
Saying, like, they thought we should just, kick rocks.
Oh, Zealots. It said,
And she should be
he said, Arthur, I feel no vibe, because there's a Vibe magazine article. He was like, Mr. Arthur, I feel no vibe. The magazine said the girl should have went solo. The guy should stop rapping. Vanished like Menudo. Like,
Crazy.
He, basically, because everybody knew she was the star anyway. But that's really why I picked this album, to really shine light on a female MC, and one, not just any old female MC, but arguably the best to ever do it. And, just how vicious her rhymes were, bro.
For those who don't, maybe you live under a rock or something, you haven't listened to Lauryn Hill, and you've listened to a lot of like modern day MCs that are women, let's say like Nicki Minaj, for example.
Mm-hmm.
People like her, Nicki Minaj, if you look on YouTube, she randomly runs into Lauryn Hill and she's bowing down.
Yeah.
Bowing down to Lauryn Hill, almost in tears. She's crying, I think. She starts crying. And that just shows you like who we're talking about here, and the dynamic of like somebody like Nicki Minaj is praising the hell out of Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Not for no reason.
I mean, she's gone on to sell a bunch of records. Statistically, she's the most successful female rapper ever.
Yeah.
Yet she comes across Lauryn Hill and bows. Like, that tells you the power that she had in her impact.
Yeah.
And literally, truthfully, in two albums.
Yeah.
If we really keep it real,
Yeah.
the Fugees had another album, but it didn't really get much notoriety. Really, the main Lauryn Hill catalog that's really praised is The Score and Miseducation.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And this album is, I've loved this album since I was a kid. The Ready or Not, I used to hear that on the radio all the time. Like, it was crazy how much I would hear that song.
Yeah, that's always on like playlist for you, and like it's like the Fugees are going to be in the mix.
Killing Me Softly is always a karaoke joint.
Yeah.
That's always brought up in karaoke.
That's a big karaoke joint.
So you'll always hear that.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows
They
the
made
lyrics.
that song. They just refreshed the song.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Put hip hop to it.
Shouts out to Tribe Called Quest 2 with the Bonita Applebum sample on there.
We also want to. I also want to actually make mention of this. The other point that I had off the air and bring it on air with you guys is that this is what myself and Isaiah ended up thinking about. Like, man, if UTD, Urban Thermodynamics, actually went mainstream level, they would have been exactly like how the Fugees were at this
Position
point.
like them, yep.
And
Most Def would have been the star, or maybe Cess possibly.
yeah, because Cess was nice, bro.
It could have been either way there, but Most Def, I think, had it more.
Yeah.
So as far as like that Q-tip special stuff too.
And then DCQ takes the pros role.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he would tell you that. Peace to DCQ, by the way.
Yeah, no. peace to
definitely.
DCQ.
But yeah, this is something, and I'm very passionate about that point because it's just, I see a lot more. I could see a lot more longevity had UTD like actually went that route. And longevity in the sense of these guys can do this again and again, like album after album after album. Like they could have just made a bunch of Fugees joints.
Like I was telling Ali too, when we discovered that Lauryn Hill threw some subliminal shots off of Ready or Not to Cess,
I didn't even know that.
that would have even escalated things, even not escalated, but that would have brought them more in the spotlight.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like, hey, yo, these are two almost the same dynamics.
Yeah.
And they're like now kind of more, because beef automatically
Oh, yeah.
puts you in the spotlight.
because
Absolutely.
UTD does predate the Fugees.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so my theory is when hearing UTD's album, I feel like Seth shot some shots at Lauryn Hill saying, these female MCs sleeping with producers and doing all this stuff, accusations, of course, but like saying stuff like that, I think caused maybe Lauryn Hill to send her own subliminals on Ready or Not.
Yep.
Talking about like, we don't
Enemies,
stress,
like
no cess,
My destiny
manifest, like kind of mocking, almost in a way like what their whole thing was. So like even that, like it's a big what if there.
Yeah.
As far as what that could have really turned into.
And that's the stuff we speculate because we're in a good spot here because Fugees they don't release nothing notable after this
Their last
themselves.
album.
Correct.
And it's like we have a plethora of what ifs to deal with,
Yes.
so we can always just
Kind of throw
what
it all
if
out
at
there.
this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
throw it all out there. Yeah.
And another thing with this group too that's so dope is like usually in hip hop, you'll have groups and there's a star and maybe they go solo and then the other artists don't really do much or they kind of fade to in the back, whatever. Each member had monumental success after the Fugees. They all went on to do big things, each on different levels.
Praz on Ghetto
Dog.
Superstar.
Ghetto Superstar was massive.
Praz on that.
crap.
Like Ghetto Superstar was massive.
From start to do that beat.
That song was ridiculous.
That was
Like
ODB too. On that.
he might have had, outside of Lauryn, but as far as just an individual song,
Yeah, bro.
That was a hot,
Ghetto Superstar was
Yeah.
that was a hot one.
ringing.
That's a close second to a lot of stuff that
Lauryn did. Seriously.
Lauryn would release.
Because that was a banger of a hit. And then obviously we spoke on all the success Lauryn had, but then Wyclef goes solo.
Yeah, Wyclef
Carnival
was
sells a
too.
gang of records. That sells 5-6 million. Puts Cannabis on his first kind of
Gone to
big
November.
record.
Yeah.
Gone to November was used. The remix was crazy with R. Kelly and Cannabis.
Yeah.
Like he produced Destiny Child's first hit.
Yeah.
Like Wyclef was making
Yeah.
noise.
Even-
Produced Cannabis's first album.
First
Even
album.
fucks around and messes with Shakira.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Like Wyclef was doing big numbers after the Fugees.
Chappelle Show fame.
Chappelle Show. Well, yep. If I was president, elected on Friday.
We can either do this song or not do this song. You're too close, man. Jamaicans and Bahamian brothers are choking each other out.
Oh man.
That's too funny. Man.
But yeah, like this group, like they brought different styles and different variations to the table. But again, like I said, they were so great collectively that they were able to all be great individually as well. They all went on to show you individual greatness. And it's very rare
That's true.
you see that in hip hop, like where the group breaks up and everybody's huge individually. Very rarely do you see that.
Yeah. What's also crazy, just another, part to this group is, there was some intertanglement there with Wyclef and Lauryn Hill.
Yep.
And that's kind of what ultimately I think what broke up the group.
Oh, for sure.
Because Lauryn Hill, Wyclef actually was like her mentee or mentor, or took on that kind of role, and that turned into something. And the dude was like married, so that's also kind of crazy, but
A little messy there.
yeah, a little messy for sure, and that unfortunately kind of ties into why this group breaks up.
Oh, for sure.
And Lauryn Hill ends up getting with Bob Marley's son, which is kind of crazy, and the baby that she was pregnant, and that was a whole thing of like, was it Wyclef's? Was it
People
Bob
trying to make that a
Marley's
thing.
son?
Yep.
And she did the whole track of Zion and stuff like that.
Yep. Having a
talking
child at
about
the prime of her career.
she decided her choice was literally to be a mother rather than have the fame and do that,
Yeah.
So kind of a crazy story.
Yeah.
When you really think
Like you
about
could
it.
like this could be a movie.
Yeah.
Like they could easily be a Fugees bio.
I'm surprised it hasn't made a movie.
Like there should
yet.
be a Fugees biopic. It would be crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. The fact, and that shows you too, like on the other coin, because we talked about, she fell off and she isn't really, but on the other side of it, if you really think about it, she chose motherhood over, music.
And that's
per se.
that's the
Being
best
like-
role that a woman could take in this world is to become a mother.
It's at least sort of honorable.
She ended up having like 4 or 5. They had like 4 or 5 kids.
Well, I shouldn't say sort of honorable. Yeah, it's honorable. It's honorable, but at the same time, it's like, you have somebody that's so talented. It's like
top of her game.
You know, it's the fans want so much more out of somebody who has such great talent like that because they have so much to offer and pour out.
On Block Party, the part where the Fugees came out, you know, there's the part where, you know, Lauren's, you know, she just kind of stops and starts talking. Everybody's like, "Where you been? Where you been?" She's like, "Oh, y'all want to know where I've been?" She pointed back. Somebody was holding her youngest son. She's like, "That's where I've been." Like, that's where I've been. Like, y'all want to know where I've been at? Yeah. These kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it was. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I hope she's in. I really hope she was in a position to actually own the masters of her album because she can literally live off of that for the rest of her life.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
No, really.
Wild.
Yeah. Forever.
You did like true. I could just imagine people are literally buying the Miseducation over and over and over.
Oh, for sure.
Every single day.
That good. It's that good, dude.
Perfect. It's a perfect album.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect album.
Yeah.
Like the score is crazy.
Let's talk about just, I mean, we already kind of covered a lot. I mean, I don't even know if we could even touch on their style. We kind of sort of did, I think, but Lauryn Hill style. We'll
start with Lauryn. We'll start with Lauryn. I mean, to me, she gives off battle vibes to me. Like, I feel like every rhyme she's, like, even if she's not sending shots at anybody, it feels like she is. That's how aggressive her tone is. It's like you know, a militant teacher. You know what I mean? It's like if I had to compare her to anybody, it would be like KRS and MC Light combined.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? Like a female KRS-One, aggressive but intellectual, but at the same time, you know, she can throw in her harmonies in the middle of her verses. Like she does the hooks. She does all these different things with her voice. But again, as far as her rapping style, I just think battle MC, like it feels like every verse is a battle.
Yeah, because
like,
she could actually rap.
Yes,
you know?
rap.
Yeah, it's different. It doesn't feel like okay, Cardi B could rap, but there's just a different way that Lauryn Hill does it, where it feels like it's a natural ability of Lauryn Hill's rather than Cardi B. I feel like she learned how to do it.
Yes.
But I feel like it was just more natural the way Lauryn Hill
I'll put it like this. Nas and Common both have tracks with Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
She's singing. Okay?
Right.
And I'm not saying they were scared.
Yeah.
Not saying that. These is Nas and Common we're talking about. But I'm just saying they have songs with Lauryn Hill. But she's singing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that was their choice. I'm just throwing that out there.
Because you don't want to get shown up by Lauryn Hill.
Because I mean, now again, this is Nas and Common we're talking about here. Yeah, so this is no negative, none of that.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, you didn't, you know what I mean? Like, could you imagine Nas and Lauryn going back? Now, shout out to Nas later on his King's Disease album. Yep. He has Lauryn on there and she's spitting.
Oh, okay.
And her verse is crazy.
Yeah.
So I do want to, double back. Nas did go back and record with her again, and she actually does rap, and the verse is nuts.
Peace to Nas for getting her like early on too, even on
If I Ruled the World. That was it. Yeah. That was the label, because they was like, we need to, Illmatic, as classic as it was, it didn't sell like that. So they said, we need to sell. We need a single. And the Fugees was hot. Lauryn on the hook, boom. Yep. Nas's biggest record instantly has a hit. So, but yeah, as far as Lauryn's style, like I said, when I think of her spitting, I just think KRS, MC Light, and one MC just viciously attacking every verse.
Yeah. She's the unicorn. We haven't found a replacement for her. We want her back.
Yes.
We haven't found the replacement for her either, and that's the other part, because she raps like a battle MC, but she sings like Gloria Gaynor.
Come on now.
It's like you got the best of both worlds, and you literally have the world in the palm of your hand at that point, because you have so much range on the lyrical level, on the soulful level. There's opportunities a bunch. Oh, yo, Lauryn, I need you on this verse. Oh, I just need you to do the chorus. Hey, can you do the hook? You make it sound like this. Can you rap and sing a little bit? I could do it all.
Man,
it's a 2-in-1 that you want.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people in hip hop can do that. And that's why we're still hoping and praying and wishing for a replacement.
Yeah, she does it with so much grace, man. She's poetic. She's She can express the emotions of
Yes.
and that's so important for any artist to be able to just exuberate that, you know, without just, because, you know, like a lot of times in American Idol, that's the problem with a lot of the contestants. When they sang, you didn't feel it. Lauryn Hill sings, it's like, shit. Like, you know, it's like
you be
it's
holding
like
back tears, man.
yeah. It's sort of like that. She's able to, like, when I would listen to Lauryn Hill rap and spit, like the thing that's so dope about it is like she could instantly on a dime harmonize a lyric,
spin the block and start just
I've never heard an MC do that like that easily, just in just from bar to bar, like be able to just harmonize the lyric, come back. Dude,
Special.
It's special. It's very special. One of a kind, like you said, unicorn, dude. That's perfect description of that.
Yeah.
Because you would wish that we would have more artists that can seamlessly do that. Fortunately, it's just
isn't
not out there.
Nope.
There's a wrestling analogy I wanted to use with her, but both chicks ended up coming out of retirement. So I can't use Lita or Trish Stratus. You know, come out of retirement.
But that was that would have been a good one, yeah.
She's also really sampled a lot too, Lauryn Hill. She gets sampled a lot.
Yep.
I know there's tracks out there that have used her voice.
Kanye tried to do All Falls Down because that was originally he wanted Lauryn on it, but he couldn't clear it. I don't think she wouldn't clear it, or it was something with the sample clearance where it wouldn't do it. So he got Selena Johnson to sing it over.
Damn, that's crazy.
Music video shot at Ontario Airport, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Piece of that.
That is dope.
Piece of the most convenient airport.
And how Kanye also shouts out Showbiz too. That was the barbershop.
That's wild,
like
bro.
right across the street from Ike. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Wow.
That's pretty dope.
Well.
I would equate her to like a hip hop Wonder Woman. You know, she just has that ability. Like she's just, dude, she's like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you take it into the sports world, like a Serena Williams.
Oh,
trailblazing that
man.
path.
What a comparison.
As far as like, you know, being a trailblazer, you know, I would say in that sense.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Or Maya Moore.
Yeah.
Because Maya Moore cut her career short.
Yeah, man, great comparison there.
Maya Moore would
at
be
the
that.
top of her game, stepped away.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wyclef.
Oh man. I mean, just
Wyclef.
Creative.
Eclectic.
Experimental. Yep. I mean,
Definitely.
but the thing is like, while he's probably more known as a producer, the dude can rap.
Yep.
Like, it's not like, we're not talking about somebody who can't spit. Like, you know, the reason Lauryn is elevated to the heights she is, yes, she's a great MC, but she's spitting with another great MC next to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Wyclef, that's why I think most of the songs, they set it up so perfect, because most of the songs, Wyclef starts. You know what I mean? He kind of sets the foundation. Yeah. He sets it off, and then they roll out the stars.
He's like, we got to make sure they listen to the track all the way through.
Yes. So they start with Wyclef. He lays the foundation, and then he throws out the bomb with Lauryn, and then they smooth you out at the end with Pras, which we'll get to him in a minute.
Because once Lauryn starts spitting, that's where it's like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. Yes.
This girl, like,
yeah.
We thought she was just a singer.
Nah.
But that's where they catch you. That's where they get you right there. And for Pras, what about Pras? How would we describe this dude?
Pras is well-rounded.
Yeah.
Well-rounded in the fact that he knew his role so much to where I would want to say it was like Rasheed Wallace on the Detroit Pistons.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Didn't really do, he played an integral role, but he actually like stayed within his lane
sort
and
of
understood that.
Like a Tim Duncan or somebody like that would be consistent.
And we understand that once he actually goes solo, he could smash it out of the park with Yellow Superstar.
Right.
So like Sheed could have done the same thing if he didn't even stay with the Pistons,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the analogy I see is that
great
like,
comparison.
Guys there.
Yeah.
We on our basketball tip now, by the way.
Dude, I don't know what prompted these basketball.
We all on our basketball tip, Lakers, Bulls, Knicks. We
all across the country right here.
You know what I'm saying? All NBA team right here.
Midwest, West.
We all over it right now.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because we did not plan this
at all.
Just literally just happened. So talking about the cover, very iconic cover. This is definitely one that stands out. You have, for those who can't see it, you have Fugees written in the top left in this like yellow, almost kind of like soprano-esque kind of calligraphy.
Like The Godfather.
Yeah, like The Godfather. There you go. And then you have Lauryn Hill in the center. You know, the other two, Praz and Wyclef on the right and left of her, and they're all kind of like coming out of the shadows.
Something tells me they wanted to put that in white, like The Godfather, but they didn't. I mean, if you did it in white, honestly, it'd be too close.
They didn't want to issue with it.
It's literally litigation at that.
Let's do like an orange yellow color.
The Firm, I'd want to say bit this album cover. I think the Firm does.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Because the Firm looks exactly like this album.
Very similar, except
Probably
it
inspired.
kind of went like
font's different.
Font's different, and it kind of went from like top right to bottom left, like with Nas, I think AZ, Foxy, and Nature on the cover, but like literally,
It's like
similar.
they kind of wanted to,
similar,
Foxy,
so kind of on a similar, very
similar.
very similar, very
Strikingly similar.
very similar, very similar. Yes.
What do you guys think about as far as like, you know, the idea behind the score? I couldn't really pinpoint what kind of score they meant. Like, because I'm thinking musically, there's a score.
Yeah.
You know, but then there's also a score for like the loop. You know, so how
Yeah.
does that all tie in? You think?
We're maestros doing the score.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is all three of them collectively performing the score, which is like, I think from start to finish, they count that as the score as a whole unit.
Right. Yeah. But then it could also it could also play into like score as far as like sort of a heist type of score where they're getting the loot or
and then you tie it into the backdrop of like what the Godfather's about, the criminal stuff, you know, so the score, like a heist of some sort.
They even mentioned it on the title track. I mean, they didn't say it was time to settle the score.
or scoring the Grammy, maybe like.
It's time to settle the score.
Scoring the Grammy. no, but like it's a dope album cover. I mean, you know, just for a couple, just their impressions. You know, Praz looking cool in the shades. You know, laid back, doing his thing. Wyclef, you could tell is
Like, hey, don't look at Lauren. Don't look at Lauren.
Wow, dude. And Lauryn obviously looking at, you know, Bob Marley's son in the far. No, I'm just kidding, dude.
Oh man,
We're fucking around. We're fucking.
All right.
we're playing, y'all.
No, but just, you know, I think probably like keeping lookout from whoever, you know, whoever's
Watching over your back.
right, watching over you. She was so loyal to this group, dude. She was very loyal to this group as far as like when I think Pepsi tried to get her to do a commercial and she said, nah, not without my
the
boys.
group.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. So in a lot of respects, I feel like she was faithful early.
Yeah.
And always in the studio, she said, recording constantly. And there came a point where she had a lot of collective songs that were like mainly her, and it just organically happened where it was time to do her own shit.
I mean, quick side note on Killing Me Softly.
Yeah.
On the song, you got Wyclef when he does the one time,
Yeah.
2 times. He said he only did that so people know it's a Fugees record.
Yeah.
He was like, because it's just Lauryn. He was like, you wouldn't know. You would think it was a solo song. So the 1 time, 2 times.
And then Lauryn mentioning Clef and Praz, like,
She mentions them. Yep. So she mentions them
yeah.
on the song, and she gives them a shout out. And then Clef does the 1 time, 2 times. He's like, just
1 time.
He said, I only did that just.
She has the mic to him real quick, and then after that, like, it's back to him.
Yeah, he said, I just did it so people knew this was a Fugees song. He said, then it kind of became a thing. He said, and it kind of got on my nerves. He said, because there were other artists that would start saying that on various times.
Even I did that on one of my tracks.
He said it kind of became a thing. He said it kind of was annoying after a while, but he was like, but that's why I did it. He said simply so people knew this was a Fugees record.
On Boom, the one I did with Punzi. Like, who's that Jamaican guy in the intro? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who that Jamaican dude is. 1 time.
I think the music video to Killing Me Softly, because Killing Me Softly we didn't choose as one of the 3. You know, it's
We Can't Sing, yo.
It's a great song and everything.
Yeah.
It's still hip hop, but it's something else we want to highlight here. You know, because there's so much more.
So I mean, we can't sing.
Wait, Lauryn Hill.
We can't sing. That's why we didn't choose it. We can't sing.
It's crazy having a track listing this dense with a lot of talented joints, because then you go to blows on only picking 3 joints.
Man.
Yeah.
And we can't do a fourth. And once we start doing a fourth, we're gonna start doing
Yeah,
four.
then you have to do a 5.
We're gonna start doing that.
Yep.
And it's all like,
If you got to keep it at 3. It's 3 of us, 3 songs.
Yeah. But definitely obvious. That's going to be honorable mention. That track is all-time great
Outta here.
tracks. That's exactly. Out of here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now transitioning to the time when we start going into the lyrics, and we choose 3 songs that we're going to cover and just read to the lyrics, talk about the what's being said, and looking further into it. The 3 tracks that we chose on this album, very hard to choose, the 3, but we chose "Ready or Not," "Fugees La," and "The Score." Honorable mention to what was it? Many Mics.
How many mics?
Zealots.
Yeah, that was another one that was great.
Man, that's my joint.
Yeah, so those were the close second to these 3 that we would have chose, but there were some reasons why we chose the 3 that we did. Man, legendary
Good
stuff.
problem to have, though.
Absolutely.
Really good problem to have. And then pieced all the skits as well, because that helped make this album feel really cohesive and funny and humorous. That was also a big...
Great skits.
Yeah.
Great skits.
So piece to that as well. If you guys got the lyrics, you guys could go ahead and get started
Well,
on that one.
Y'all start Ready or Not. Now that I escape, sleep, walk, awake. Those who could relate know the world they ain't Kate. Jail bars and golden gates. Those who fake, they break. When they meet their 400-pound mate. If I could rule the world, everyone would have a gun. In the
world,
in the ghetto, of course, when giddy up and on the horse. I kick a rhyme, drinking moonshine. I pour a sip on the concrete for the deceased. But no, don't weep. Wyclef's in the state of sleep, thinking about the robbery that I did last week. Money in the bag, banker looking like a drag. I want to play with pelicans from here to Baghdad. Gun blast, think fast, I think I'm hit. My girl pinched my hips to see if I still exist. I think not. I send a letter to my friends, a born-again hooligan, only to be king again.
The most Wyclef verse.
Man.
Yeah, because he has a lot of cadences there that he can pull off. You know?
Yes.
That makes it very unique.
It's
no,
Caribbean,
don't
too, because it goes down to, like, Jamaican dance hall vibes. I think they call it the patois. Like you're able to just like
that patois. Yep.
You're able to just spin the words and how you feel.
Yes.
Whichever way. And this is I kick a rhyme, drinking moonshine, I pour a sip on the concrete for the deceased. Mm-hmm. Like it's just his style and his avenue of doing it, and he has a very unique characteristic to him as well.
And he can also sing too. I forgot about that. He also
Wyclef can sing.
He can also sing as
The
well.
original Gone to November, he was singing.
Yeah. Did he? So I used to listen to some house music before, and I heard him feature on one of Gorgon City's house music. I thought that was so random to hear Wyclef on house music, but he ends up saying on that track, "You forgot, I started with house music. You forgot," and he does this iconic or whatever. And I was just like, oh shit, I had no idea about that. So if anybody knows a little bit more about that,
let us
know in the comments about that, because I'm kind of interested in. But I thought that was pretty like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, someone's gonna call us bumbleclots in the comments.
Oh Lord.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you. That chorus, bro.
Slowly.
Bro, that chorus
ready or
is
not,
it's
I
wild.
come. Classic. Shout out to the I think it's the Delphonics, the original song.
Yep.
Yes.
I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress if you don't smoke cess, lest I must confess my destinies manifest.
Yeah, so this is the lyric where I was talking about her throwing subliminal shots to Cess and the group of UTD, Urban Thermodynamics. So.
And I want to say Genius kind of like didn't emphasize this.
Nope, they didn't make no mention
So
of
they
it.
said instead of being destined to expand westward across the United States, Lauryn was destined to create one of the great solo female R&B and hip hop albums of all times. Here's how her destiny manifested itself, and it's a visage of the. It's literally the album artwork to the Miseducation.
Okay, so this is why, this is part why
that post dates that.
Yes.
So that can't.
So
it's literally that.
Yeah, and so this is why we do what we do, because you can't always get this kind of stuff off of Genius.
We got the inside scoop, man.
Yeah, we actually interviewed, interviewed one of the UTD members themselves.
That actually says
Sure
subliminal.
PCQ, dude, actually gave us the insight.
Come on now.
PCQ, by the way.
Dope brother, dude. All right, so Lauren.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to go back. My destiny manifests in some Gore-Tex and sweat. I make treks like I'm homeless. Oof. So she's walking around all the time.
And her cadence too. I make treks like I'm homeless.
Rap orgies with Porgy and Best. Capture your bounty like Elliot Ness. Yes, Elliot Ness from the Untouchables. Actual dude trying to take down. I forget the mob boss's name. But yeah, bless you if you represent the foo, but I'll hex you with some witch's brew if you do voodoo. I can't do what you do. Easy, believe me. Front it gives me the hibby-jeebies. So while you imitating Al Capone was a dude in the Untouchables, investigated by Elliot Ness. So full circle.
Tied it around.
So while you imitating Al Capone, I'll be Nina Simone and defecating on your microphone.
And there was a skit on UTD too. I'm just giving you, this may not be related to this, but it's just interesting. I find it interesting. On UTD's album, there's a skit where Sess is like beating up this person, sort of like an Al Capone, you know. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that in the air, but I don't know. It could potentially be another diss there. Potentially.
Beef's coming back.
The beef's coming back. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide, dope hook. Followed by the bridge. There's a bridge in this? I forgot about that.
Run away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
From these styles I gotta obey. Like, I mean,
you can't sing, bro.
Can't sing. I can't sing, y'all. I'm trying, but I can't sing.
Piece of that hook, though. I forgot about that hook.
Yeah,
there.
Man.
And the prize, ready or not, Fugees taking over. The Buffalo Soldier,
Dreadlock Rasta.
On the 12th hour, fly by the bomber, drop bombs, crews run for cover. Now they're under, pushing up flowers. Super fly, true lies, do or die. He's super fly, toss me high or puff lie with the crew from the Lake K. I refugee from Guantanamo Bay, dance around the border like I'm Cassius Clay.
Yeah, that was a dope one. And he used that same line in I think the second verse of Ghetto Superstar. Like I told y'all, I dance around you fools like Cassius Clay. Like he was like, just so y'all forgot, let me spin the block.
As I said before.
I love when rappers do that. I like when rappers spin the block on old lyrics.
And I do want to say that this chorus is actually kind of smart because, you know, it ties into, you know, it takes you back obviously because the whole when you were kids you play, you know, hide and go seek, ready or not, here I come, obviously. But when you think about it, you know, ready or not, here I come. That means like no matter what, nobody's going to stop this group. Yeah, they're inevitable. They're coming no matter what. So that's also a dope play, like on their ambitions that they're busting through the door and, you know, here they come. So that's dope.
Yeah.
We move on to the second track, which is going to be
Fugees. I got one request. I got to do Lauren's verse on this.
Oh, okay.
I have to.
Gotcha.
That's my favorite Lauren verse on this album.
That's okay, because actually Wyclef's is my favorite. If you guys don't mind, I take that one.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
We used to be number 10. Now we permanently won in the battle. Lost my finger. Mike became my arm. Pistol nozzle hits your nasal. Blood becomes lukewarm. Tell your woman be easy. Nah, squeeze the charming. Test Wyclef, see death flesh be scorned. Beat your bat so bad, make you feel like you ain't want to be born. Gene, I tell your friends, stay the hell out of my lawn. Chicken George become dead George, stealing chickens from my farm. Damn, another dead pigeon. If you're mafiosos, then I'm bringing on Haitian Sicilians. Damn, dude. Nobody shooting. My body's made of hand grenades. Girl bled to death while she's...
Some kissing a razor blade.
That's the sound. That sounds sick. Maybe one day I'll write a horror. Blackula comes to the ghetto, stick 'em up. Jackson Acura. Stevie Wonder sees crack babies becoming enemies with their own families. Armageddon come. You know we soon done. Gun by my side just in case I gotta run. Boy on the side of Babylon. We trying to front like you're down with Mount Zion.
Ooh la la la. It's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. Ooh la la la. It's the natural light that the refugees bring. Ooh la 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 la. Sweet thing. She loved me like she never before. Woo! Classic.
Yeah. Super
Yeah,
fun.
saloons, we drink booms and battle goons till high noon, buzz rap tunes from flat spoons, take no shorts like poom pooms, see hoochies, pop coochies for Gucci's and Lucci's, find me in my Mitsubishi eating sushi, bumping Fugees. Hey, try to take
Can we
the
just
crew.
stop there though? Like already,
Crazy, man.
already just the word. The wordplay.
Coochies, Gucci's,
Yes.
Lucci's. Man.
That's one thing about Lauryn Hill. She
Mitsubishi
can
eating
really
sushi, bumping
stay on a
Gucci's.
scheme. Like if she
Yes.
locks herself in, she could play
Still
it
hold a
all
scheme
the way.
for 8 bars.
That's something like Eminem.
Em-
could
That's
do.
Yes.
deep. You have to go
Yes.
deep in your vocabulary
Yes,
bag too.
yes.
Yeah, not easy.
To me, for me, the best MCs at that are Eminem, Black Thought, and Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
as far as that particular skill set,
Yeah.
those to me are the top 3 hands down.
Common's
Yeah.
pretty good, but not as like bombarding you with it.
Yeah, like I mean, those the ones I mentioned, they'll do it for 16 bars, like a whole verse of it.
And like they'll bunch them up too, like bah, bah, bah,
Nuts.
bah.
Yeah, and that's one of the detriments of doing that.
Yeah.
And I only say that because if you're not lyrically skilled and you literally dump your whole clip
do it.
on one scheme like that, you're like, okay, great. Now the next bars that I'm rapping on my next verse
It has
is
to make sense.
Oh
Yeah.
man, like I'm kind of trying to rap like the same thing now.
Yeah.
It has to make sense. It has to
Yeah.
mean something. So like if you
And then-
don't bring that, it hurts you.
Yeah, because you have to come with the variety on these next verses after you just spent the whole,
Right.
blew your lyrical load over
Yeah.
on the fucking verse.
Exactly.
Better be nice. Better be nice. Bust rap tunes on flat spoons, take no shorts like poom poom. See hoochies, pop coochies for Gucci's and Lucci's. Find me in my Mitsubishi eating sushi, bumping Fugees. Hey. Try to take the crew, but we don't play. Say. Like Paul McCartney, not hardly, oddly enough. I can see right through your bluff. It's huff and they puff, but they can't handle us. We bust, cause we fortified. I could never hide. Seen Coolie High cry when cold cheese died. I'm twisted, blacklisted by some other Negroes. Don't remove my polos on the first episode. Ha. You shouldn't diss refugees in. Ha. Your soul sound set booty in. Ha. You have to respect Jersey, cause I'm super fly. When I'm super high on the Fuji lie.
Yeah, a lot of style, dude.
Crazy.
Even the part where she starts to do the hey. You don't play. Say.
Like Paul McCartney. Shout out
hardly-
and
yeah.
just hot take. I think say is better than The Girl Is Mine. That's just my opinion. Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson collabs. I think say is a better song. Just my opinion. Moving on.
I sit 90 degrees underneath palm trees, smoking BD as I burn my calories. Brooklyn rooftops become Brooklyn teepees. Who that be? Enemy want to see the death of me. From Hawaii to Hawthorne, I run marathons like Bushu Banton. I'm the true champion, like Farrakhan. When Farrakhan reads his daily Quran, it's a phenomenon. Lyrics fast like Ramadan.
Anytime you mention Farrakhan, dude, it's always
Dude, if you mention Farrakhan, dude, your next bar better be hard, bro,
Yeah,
because
like Farrakhan,
you got to keep a Farrakhan bar in your back pocket.
Yeah, you better be nice.
It's a phenomenon. Lyrics fast like Ramadan.
Farrakhan, Quran, Ramadan, like all associated with Islam. Like, you
Yeah,
better.
he did that. He really brought that in. Like he really pieced that together nice.
Yeah. And then so now we're going on to we got the last. Is there a chorus here? Or no,
Yeah,
it's
just
the chorus?
just the chorus. Yeah.
Okay, so it ends with the chorus on this one. But legendary piece of the beat as well. This beat was said to belong to Fat Joe,
Oh wow.
from what I understand. But I don't know if he passed on it or just didn't write to it fast enough or whatever. But it's said to have been Fat Joe's.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Can
way
you
I
imagine him on this track?
I always say the beat or the song, it always goes to who it's supposed to.
Yeah.
To me, it always
It's like the
ends
ball
it-
don't lie. Huh?
Always.
Like somehow finds its way.
If a beat was with somebody first and ends up with whoever, it was supposed to go
That's
there.
interesting.
If somebody wrote a song for somebody who passed whatever, it always ends up with who it was supposed to.
Hey, there's a lot of those what ifs. Like
Yeah, we
to
can do a whole episode on that.
Yeah,
like
there's
we
a lot of
literally
those.
could.
Like who the beat should have belonged to. but
who had it?
Yeah.
We
This
can
is
have
how you'd write it.
Yeah.
yeah, we can do a whole episode of that.
We're going now to a piece of this song, Fuji La. Definitely one of the
Monster
iconic
hit.
tracks.
Monster
Yeah.
hit.
But we did have honorable mentions to How Many Mics, Zealots, even Family Business was dope.
That was a hard one
Kill Me
too.
Softly. The Master's also another one. Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this whole freaking album, dude.
Yeah, and at this point, I just feel like we can because we kind of all did the different members.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been Clef, you've been Lauren, so I kind of we could switch it this last song. You know what I mean? Mark
do
Mark could do Clef, he hasn't done Clef.
Okay.
I could do Pros. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
So this is going to be for the score.
Yeah, and this is the title track. We chose this one because Lauryn really shines on this track. She spazzes.
She blacked out on this one.
And it's cool because it showcased. I mean, she did great on How Many Mics, which is one we almost chose.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some of the things she was saying on this one, it was just like, oh, shit. Like, fuck.
She blacked out.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
You rocking loud, but you ain't saying nothing. It's time I settle the score. I play my enemies like a game of chess. Playing Mr. Big. I love when
artists have scratches of other songs they've done, and I love when rappers do that.
Very like all these things that they're referencing or taking samples out of their own stuff.
Yes,
it's stuff like I could hear it on somebody else's track, like easily, referencing them.
You shouldn't diss refugee soldiers. Left, right, left.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like the Contra code. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. It's time I settle the score.
The combos for Taken on PlayStation.
Sounds like these are an Easter egg to Lost combo on Tekken 2. Look to the rhyme. Run to the ripple. Single, but at times I come in triple. Blow. Put the heat into your head. Now you're dead. Wyclef don't give a ooh if you're dead. Rah. Let me attack just like a black cat. You in the wrong neighborhood. Check your map. Oh, you gotta go for backup to do what you gotta do. So you'll be back with France coup. Trader in the France CU. Trader in the crew is Mafo heat. You put poison in my tea and you kill the toad, but I'll be back with the centipede. Oh man, I'm on some new technique. Drunken bamboo. A hoo. I'm taking all crews. What competition stimulation for the rap man? Losers check your tutors as I'm sucking on your girl's hooters. Don't play macho because you got the gun, son. If you gotta reload, man. And even the group's name is Refugees, the Fugees for short.
Yeah.
They are not of their own land anymore.
Yeah.
So they are essentially a group trying to chart new territory, a new place they can call home.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, dope.
Yo. Oh, what you were saying?
No, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Wyclef the multi-talented. Average heads can't handle it. I'll bring you two to live only if you want it. Only if you want it. Me and my guitar go back like the days of RMCs. Come on, check out my melody. Peace to Eric B. and Rakim. The WYCLEF, Wyclef. Through any contest, I'm victorious. Bing, still keep it real if you win and manifest through your skills, not by how many shells you peel.
That's dope.
Oh.
I'm going to bring down the ruckus, play the nutcracker, roughneck rednecks make me no bother. Time after time, ask Cyndi Lauper. Boss, you don't want to fuck with my partners. Motion, commotion, what's your proposal? Uphold twofold, the crew is disposal. Like utensil, floss like dental. I autograph my lyrics with a number 2 pencil.
And can you believe people were saying, for Lauryn Hill to just ditch these guys? Like, it's kind of crazy, huh? When you think about it.
But that's a big problem. Like, I think it was a T3 from Slum Village that was like, one big thing that breaks up a lot of groups is fans.
Yeah.
Like, they'll pick a favorite and be like, nah, they should just be by themselves. Like, groups, everybody plays a role, man.
I think that's why a lot of rap groups don't last long, because the impact social media has, where there's accessibility to celebrities.
Yeah.
Every random joke can reach out and get connected with the artist and just throw their opinion, whether it's slop or gold.
Yeah.
And you don't really need the slop. You always need the gold, the compliments and all that. But the slop of your album's trash. You should go solo. Blah, blah, blah. You're the best one in the group. And then the guys see that. And
Seriously.
that's...
what was cool is they said that with Linkin Park. The main lead singer, they were telling him he should go solo. And dude legit kept it real. He was just like, nah, we're staying together.
Yeah.
And the other members of the group, they knew it that he could go solo. But they were expecting he might say that, and so they were hanging on his word. They're like, "Oh, what's he gonna say?" And then once he told them that, "Nah, we're staying as a group," they were like, "Hell yeah!"
Dope.
Yeah, exactly.
Dodge one there.
But yeah, like to your guys' point, that happens.
It happens so often
much.
in all genres, all R&B, rock, all genres, but hip hop is not exempt.
Yeah. Lauryn Hill. Here we go. Yeah, I'm the L. When you pull it straight to the head with the spear of a bullet, cutting off a meeky freaky gullet. Lyrical, sedative, keep meditative, head rushes. I'll give a creative kids and fiends dreams of euphoria, aurea, to another galaxy, be this microphone, but get lifted lyrically. I'm gifted, burn it on it without a roach clip. It hinders, mind bender, pleasure sender so frequently your nerve endings belong to me.
Whoa.
What? Dude.
Crazy.
Wrongfully, you put me down, not receiving my full capacity of my smoke. Whack, choke from the fumes that I emote. That bar alone.
That's hard.
That bar alone. Who's saying stuff like that?
Like,
from the fumes,
I emote. Vocabulary, man.
Or emit shit. See, even I feel the mahogany. L, natural, hallucinogenic. Turning boys to men again with estrogen dreams, release blues, yellows, and greens from Brownsville to Queens.
And see, that I like when they make that connection, even though they're from New Jersey, they still give that New York kind of essence. You know what I mean? They'll still shout out New York. I think that's kind of dope how they find ways to do
they're saying
that.
From here to New York, still the Mecca, whatever, you know, that's dope.
Still recognizing that.
Yeah. Damn, that's dope. Oh, yeah, so Lauryn Hill is from Jersey, right?
Yeah, they're all from Jersey.
Yeah, they're all from
Jersey.
Jersey.
The Fugees are from Jersey.
And then we have, you guys have Diamond D's verse 5.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. I creep like a thief, no doubt the man swift. I'm more magnificent than Lee Van Cleef. You stand stiff, you got the nerve to let your man riff and start flaking like dandruff. Come on, son, my stilo's tight, because by far I'm the best producer on the mic. Born to write analytical conceptions with precision and leave lyrical incisions.
Lee Van Cleef is one of the original actors on The Magnificent Seven, so I'm more magnificent than Lee Van Cleef.
Okay.
Diamond D, piece of Diamond D, man. One of the producers and
spits. Absolutely.
Big time too, early on. Then they roll into a skit from there. You know, pieces of skit, because their skits sound very cinematic as well.
Oh, it sounds like a movie.
Yeah,
like this album plays like a movie.
They were trying to order some food from like this
Chinese joint.
Yeah, this like vendor or something, and then this vendor's like, "What? I'm gonna beat you guys all up." And
start pressing them.
Yeah, he starts pressing them, the vice versa. But it's funny too. I like the humor in it. I feel like anytime an album has some humor in it, it's just another element to how dope the album is. Once you get to the point where you're out of humor, you know you got something.
Oh,
you know you got something up your sleeve.
Definitely.
So peace to them on this one. Overall, takeaways with this legendary group, the Fugees.
I wish I had another album.
Seriously, like,
yeah, imagine.
We wish you could have had another.
What if?
Great way to, I mean, with this being their last album, I mean, this is a mic drop, you know what I mean? But they had such an impact on hip hop that we yearn for more. We yearn for, another Lauryn album when she went solo. We yearn for another Fugees album. That's why the reunion at the Chappelle's Block Party was crazy. You know what I mean? For them to pull that off,
a crazy time.
Like they literally did two shows in that year. They did Chappelle's Block Party, and then they popped up at the BET Awards, and then that was it. We didn't see them again together for a while, and then they just were supposed to do a reunion tour this past year, but I mean they didn't say what the reasons were, but I think I know what the reasons were. Sadly, I think it didn't sell enough tickets because Lauryn has a bad habit of being late, like crazy late to shows. So just being honest, but I think that's why it didn't do well as far as selling the tickets. So we missed out on a possible classic tour.
Yeah, now the best way is to catch her is by surprise. Like if she was a special guest or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or if they put Fugees in the middle of a festival lineup.
Yeah, like, something like that.
They could literally headline week 1 of Coachella. Everyone would pop up. But you're that's going to be the only route for now because you can't depend them to be doing an actual tour with them headlining because it's like, they're saved by the venue subject to change, card subject to change. So it could always give you the variable of like, hey, Lauryn ain't gonna show up or she's running late or whatever. So if a deep festival with the Fugees there, like there's no excuse for them to meet that set time of 9:30 to 10:15.
Correct.
You know, just give us the score, give us Fuji Law, bounce.
Yeah.
Like handle it.
Ready or Not, Fuji Law,
Yeah.
Kill Me Softly.
Yeah.
One other album cut, peace.
Yeah.
But like overall, as far as
Legends.
like what their impact was,
Legends.
Yeah. It's a supernova. The supernova, that's the best thing that's the biggest the star gets before it eventually turns into just dense.
Yeah.
Just a dense form after that. But it's like,
because there's so much.
they
here.
started off as a supernova.
They
for real.
created their own worlds, their universe in a way, like that brought us all in and to this camp. And it was just like, yo, what's this sound? Like, and this is in the gangsta era.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that.
Yeah, it dropped on the same day as All Eyes on Me.
Yeah. So, like can you.
Pac was the hottest thing in the
Exactly.
world at this time. Yet the Fugees were able to keep up.
Yeah.
Because at this time, this is, Pac on death row, fresh out of jail. Like, this is
nothing was
Pac.
stopping that.
This was Pac at his hottest.
Nothing was stopping that.
And
one.
yet, Fugees was right there. They were probably the one act that could, like, hang.
Yeah, from like 93 to 96, it's Diggable Planets, Arrested Development, and the Fugees kind of like helping the conscious movement of it. But nah, bro. It was going to be overpowered inevitably.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, but what was going on and just even the media putting rise to all that as well.
Yep.
You know,
The
so,
East
Perpetuating
West,
the
all of that.
beefs.
yeah, so it was going in that direction. But like I think, with these three, they showed us something special, something we haven't really seen a whole lot of. And even just the dynamics of having a woman as your center,
Right.
star in the group and being able to like showcase her talent and her skill. Cause Wyclef is putting up all the production and helping out, setting her up,
Yeah.
both of them know.
Yeah.
Braz knows, Wyclef knows, she has it. She has that X factor
Right.
that was really gonna no pun intended,
Huh.
but she has that, and she was gonna really shine,
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because she had that moment at the Apollo famously where
She got
booed off, and that could have ended it there. That could
Right.
have-
I don't know whether or not too, but she like word around the street. I didn't see her perform, but I think at one of the Rock the Bells joints, she also got booed off
really?
stage.
Oh shit.
Something like that. Like it's could be hearsay. It's like a little Paul Bunyan tale I heard,
Okay.
but it's like something happened to where like she didn't arrive at her set time,
And
and
that was kind of
believe
the
it.
start of it too, because like that was the first time I remember hearing of that happening, and then later
Over
on,
time,
you hear
that became a
more-
thing.
yeah, more and more of it. But nonetheless, like what they gave us here,
yeah, this
and
is
this
the
art,
moment, the
Classic.
moment in time that they needed,
They
that we
captured it
needed,
in a
as
We all
fans.
needed it.
Yeah.
And 30
Hip-hop
years,
needed
almost
it.
30 years later, we still need it.
Yeah.
Especially at the time they dropped, it came when like pop was, very heavily in rotation.
Yeah.
And then something like this drops.
To dominate Billboard
Yeah.
all as a whole.
Yeah. This
that's
was one of
beautiful.
this, like you said, it was the third highest selling album of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no. I was gonna say Crazy Sexy Cool was 95.
That was 95.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So peace to this album, peace to Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, Praz, man, all
Absolutely.
legends in the game. And, if something like worked out where they came together and gave us some more, man, that'd be still
We'd
dope.
be here for it.
Yeah, that'd be still dope. I mean, you see legends like the last episode we covered, like LL, it's like
11
there's
years.
there's no limitations now.
As long as y'all all still here
Yeah.
and have voices that can go,
Yeah.
you could drop another album at any
Yeah,
moment.
you
man.
literally wake up and want to make a bunch of money. Yeah, just get a Fugees tour going.
It can happen.
amongst the
It
festivals.
can happen.
So peace to them. And if you guys haven't followed us, please make sure you follow us. Make sure you comment. Let us know what you liked about this album, what your experiences were. Maybe watching them on tour, or maybe just even some of the bars you liked, some of the things that shine. Let us know in the comments, or who you would like us to cover next.
To the MCs, you drop a mic, drop a like, drop a sub if you're watching. Because we know you're plotting to not subscribe.
That's the way we get down.
Don't play with that hip hop. Hey.
We used to have 500 subscribers. Now we permanently at 1K.
Yo.